But one incident which most of you may be knowing, that Swamiji was very regularly coming to Thakur, paying attention to what he speaks and asking what Swamiji wanted to ask to Thakur. Suddenly he finds that Thakur has stopped talking to Swamiji. Not even stopped talking, but even when Swamiji will come, Thakur will ignore him. He will talk nicely with others, but will not even look at Narendranath. Will give sweets and payasam and this and that to others, but will ignore him. And that went on almost for a month. So much so that Thakur patience came to an end. So Thakur, after 1 month, he told, I do not even talk to you. I ignore you. I don't even look at you maybe. But still you come by. Swamiji says to Thakur at that time, this is a very touching incident and very big lesson for all of us. He says, what do you think? Do you think I come here to socialize? Or do you think I come here to hear what you say? I come to you because I love you. And Sri Ramakrishna was moved by this. He went on telling to people around him, do you know, Naren loves me. This was something very, very interesting part, that we all come to Thakur in one way or other. We come to the center, we come to the institution, we come to the mission. We don't come for socialization. We don't because certain Swamis I like or certain Swami like me. We come because we love Sri Ramakrishna. If that is very clear, it doesn't matter which gatekeeper came and went. The king is important. So many times when people come and before going to temple come and wants to do pranam to us, we say, hello, go to the honor first. We are all gatekeepers. We are here. After some time, we will not be around. So this love for Sri Ramakrishna was a very big factor in what Swamiji became later. Among his teachings, he was hardly open up his mouth and speak about Sri Ramakrishna. Only when he was forced, he has given 2 talks on Sri Ramakrishna called My Master. That booklet has been published with 2 lectures. There he says about Sri Ramakrishna. But otherwise, he told what Sri Ramakrishna told him or preached him. So the truth was revealed and that was broadcasted to the world. He says, I will not say about Sri Ramakrishna. Then people will say he has come here to preach a cult. Secondly, if I preach Sri Ramakrishna, they will say, we have our own prophets and gods. We don't need anybody new. So when Swamiji preached about the teaching of Sri Ramakrishna, they say, whose teaching it is? Oh, he was my master. Tell us about him. Then Swamiji told. Otherwise, Swamiji was not very. So idea is this, that Swamiji had so much love for Sri Ramakrishna. These words called love, gratefulness, thankfulness are very, very shallow words for us. It is very difficult to fathom. It is very difficult to express what Swamiji would have felt for Sri Ramakrishna. One more incident is there in life of Swamiji, that it was much after Thakur's passing away. Swamiji went to America, came back, and then one day from Belur Math, he wants to go to see Holy Mother in Udbodhan. So, easiest way was to take a boat. So a boat was taken from Belur Math to near Udbodhan, the Babu Ghat or somewhere. And Swamiji keep on drinking Ganges water and sprinkling Ganges water on himself. So much so that his clothes became wet. So the co-traveler, the Swamis or disciples told, Swamiji, Ganges water, few drops you should take. You cannot take so much Ganges water. And you already have taken so many times. Please don't. Swamiji says to the disciples, the person whom I am going to see, I do not feel myself fit or worthy to be in presence of her. I don't feel myself pure enough to be in front of Holy Mother. We all casually go to temple and come back because we do not understand maybe the greatness of this Sri Ramakrishna Mother and Swamiji. So this is important, that reflect should come. That's why meditation on this great is very much important. Now we are talking also, we are meditating on them only. So idea is this, that we must develop this genuine devotion, which is free from, as in Sri Ramakrishna Mother Swamiji we find, free from pretentiousness, free from hypocrisy, free from any kind of small or big lies. That purification is required. I remember today one girl came, maybe teenager, and she was talking about meditation, this and that. So I was telling the same thing, that it is the purity of mind which is important. Meditation should happen. You try to meditate, or you meditate, we say we meditate. Actually, meditation has to happen. When you are emotionally, mentally, intellectually, physically, when you are involved, at that time, you don't need to concentrate your mind. Your mind will be automatically concentrated because of your love for the ideal, your love for the purity and the life. So meditation happens. It is something you cannot say somebody, hey, you go and love this person. This love is an automatic feeling about respect, about commitment, about appreciation. So as the love happens, in the same way, meditation is to happen. All the techniques are there. That is information. By knowing techniques, you cannot meditate. You meditate because of that X factor in you. Then only you can meditate. So Swamiji also writes in one of his poetry about Sri Ramakrishna and Mother together. There is only line which I understand or I remember, where he addresses Sri Ramakrishna and Mother together in one line. And beautiful poetry which says that I am servant of both of you and I bow down to both of you. In Bengali, beautiful line is there, Das Toma Dohakar Sashaktika Namita Opade. That I am your servant. In one more place he says, this life is dedicated to Sri Ramakrishna. I am his servant and I am going to serve his cause. Whatever will happen, dekha jayega. Something like that. So, and about Holy Mother and Sri Ramakrishna, it's very difficult to fathom even for the disciples. Direct disciples. Swamiji says, after Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, Holy Mother has started staying in Udbodhan, or he was staying in Jairambati and Kamarpur, that side. Swamiji writes to Swami Shivanandaji, none of you have understood till now what Holy Mother is. When time will come, all of you will understand. Many of the household disciples, many of the monastic disciples, even divinity of Holy Mother, Sri Ramakrishna has told, but the doubt doesn't go. Monastic disciples were still okay. Many household disciples considered Holy Mother as wife of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna was great. Holy Mother is okay. Because of Guru Patni, we go and bow down. No. It is the direct disciples later on, with their life and attitude, with the showed to Holy Mother. So we have to hold on to them. We have to hold on to them and love them, work for them, dedicated ourselves with them, to them, and wait for them to manifest themselves to us. Many times, yesterday also when I was thinking, what to speak about Swamiji. You have to feel it. Some ideas you not down, but you have to feel at that time. It's not a scholarly lecture. You need to understand what you feel for Sri Ramakrishna, what you feel for Swamiji. Remember, one disciple of Swami Virajananda, he told, Maharaj, so difficult to meditate. How to meditate, this and that. A monk. Virajananda smiled and told him, do only one thing. Just fall in love with these people. That's the only way. You don't need to try to meditate. When you love someone, they remain in your mind. They remain in your mind. So, falling in love with Swamiji, reading about him, I remember yesterday also I told, we had a great Swami in Singapore. I was very close to him when I was in Belur Math, and that is Swami Jayadevanandaji. When we had our Brahmacharya Diksha time, it was 125 years of Swamiji. So, Jayadevanji told us, people are celebrating 125 years of Swamiji's birth anniversary. How you will celebrate? I will participate in the celebration. No, you celebrate in your own room. How I celebrate? Then he told, in this year of 125 years of Swamiji, read the complete works of Swamiji. 365 days and you have 5,000 plus pages. Every day almost comes to 15 pages. And we did that. You go through it, whatever portions appeals you, highlight it, underline it, tick mark it, write in the margin. Whatever you do, but you must study. It is not reading like a novel, but it is reading like as we read the gospel in the same way. So idea is this. We should be doing this. So this was life side of Swamiji. Now there is a other side of Swamiji is the works of Swamiji. What he spoke. He spoke philosophy, he spoke about history, he spoke about great people, he spoke about Sri Ramakrishna, he wrote about the Sangha, he wrote to his brother disciples, he wrote to his disciples. There is another personality of Swamiji which will come, which is, as he says, I am a voice without form. His complete works is the voice of Swamiji, which doesn't have a form behind. You just read and imagine what Swamiji was there. Many times we read, many times we think, can you believe a person is speaking, though not only Swamiji, all others spoke, there was no microphone. And you have 2,000, 3,000 people sitting there. How it was possible? What great volume it must be to address people. Practically you have to shout. You can't speak as I'm speaking now. This volume and tone cannot work. We have to speak maybe in a very high tone and high pitch. So, I want to say you today. Like this you have to shout, otherwise cannot. And this he has done for years after years in America. It is very strange to see that at that time, when there was no background, he was the first Indian ever going and preaching yoga and Vedanta and Hinduism to people of America. At that time, hundreds and thousands used to come and attend him. It is something very strange. Now it is different thing. Now Tom, Dick and Harry goes and thousands of people on Times Square and Madison Square and this and that people, cinema stars and sports people and politician people. That was not that time. So idea is this, that Swamiji's complete verse, as Sister Nivedita says, you hear three main tunes. Even many sub-tunes are there, of course. One is Sri Ramakrishna and the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. Second is India, not geographical India. Geographical India was totally different during Swamiji's time. Now it is half. Now what you call India is half of what India used to be. Think from Afghanistan to your Thailand, Malaysia up to Thailand was not part of India politically, but up to Myanmar was part of India. Myanmar got separated in 1947 only. So, or maybe 42, or little, I do not know, 42, I think. So, it was totally 11 countries have come out of original India. 11 countries have come out. Afghanistan, Pakistan, Nepal, your Sikkim, your Bhutan, your Myanmar, your all the nearby, Sri Lanka, etc. So we are not talking about geographical India. The India, it is a living, breathing person. The culture, especially a spiritual culture, which is still alive. The old cultures which were there 5,000 years before, there is hardly one or two cultures are still alive. All the cultures are now in few pillars or some few museums and some broken relics. India is still, I was telling other day to somebody, go to Varanasi, the only city in the world which is as buzzing as since last 5,000 years. Yes, roads have changed, the buildings have changed, that part is different. But the scholars used to go there, the spiritual seeker used to go there. A person like King Harishchandra was the king of Varanasi. So, same Varanasi is still there, the spiritual capital. So, Swamiji says about this culture, the spirituality of India. Many times, once I had to speak somewhere, so I don't know if I happen to talk, we may talk on Monday, that there are countries who are not fortunate, even religions are there. People are of different religions. Most of the places in the world, every religion, people stay there. There are some fortunate religions, fortunate countries where one religion is started there, originated there. India is the only country in the world where 4 religions have taken birth in India and Indian subcontinent: Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism. And all have more or less basic same philosophy, with little variations could be. So, Swamiji's one tune was Ramakrishna, second tune was India, the spiritual India, and the third was the Vedanta, the scriptures of India. These three Swamiji highlighted and spoke everywhere. So, about scriptures also Swamiji says that you read Bhagavad Gita, you read Upanishads, all your andhavishwasa, all your misconceptions about religion, not only Hinduism, about your own religion, also the misconceptions will go. Because the truth is this, to understand and realize the truth within. Secondly, by learning these Upanishads and Vedic scriptures, you will develop a capacity to give the religious and spiritual truths a right place in your life. These religious truths are relative, correct? Every truth is not the absolute truth. So you will be able to manage and to put in right place which is more priority to be given, more importance to be given, which is more significant, etc. So that was one idea, that he used the philosophy. And what is that philosophy? A philosophy, you do not need to have a set of belief system, which from religious point of view which comes, but to realize your own self, to introspect yourself, or more particularly, if I have to see, you find out yourself who objectifies everything. who objectifies everything. Everything becomes the object of perception of you. And that you is Atman, that you is Brahman, that you is God. There is no, the Swamiji says in one place, which God other than the God who lives in your heart, answers your prayers. When you pray to God, your prayers will be answered from the God who is within you. Outside is only the reflection. True God is within you, your consciousness, which you realize, but you realize not consciously. Yeah? We have discussed one, the waking state and dream state and deep sleep state. You are the one who passes through these three. Yat swapna jagara sushuptam avaiti nityam. It is we who go through these three states continuously every day, every night. What we need to realize is it is me who is going into these three. Now we are in a waking state. Then there is a dream state where we see dreams. Who sees dreams? You see the dream. Who sees this world? You see this world. And a dreamless sleep where there is no object for you to perceive. Only you remain. There is no time when you feel yourself absent. You are always present. This truth to realize is the essence of Vedanta. That's what Swamiji preached. So these three main tunes. So if you have not gone through, yes, here and there you read the books, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, etc. That's fine. But take volume, page number 1, from the introduction of Sister Nivedita to the complete works. Start from there. And let it take time. In place of 1 year, let it take 2 years. But daily, if 4 or 5 pages we write, and write with a pen. One Swami clearly told me, when you read Swami Vivekananda, take a ball pen or a pencil. It's a library book, you take a pencil. If it's your personal book, you can take a ball pen also. What you do? Highlight, underline, write in the margin, write your notes, write your reflections. When you study it, your concept will change. Your concept will change not only about religion and philosophy, your concept will change about your own personal spiritual life. Your concept will change about what Swami Vivekananda himself was. So, we do one thing. Many times this thought has come that we think we need to preach. Actually, when I'm speaking to you, what benefit you will get is one thing. But the biggest beneficiary is myself. Because I am thinking and meditating about it. But some words, what I speak, a lot of thinking goes behind, then only I speak, correct? So when speaking also is a meditation, speaking also, a lot of thoughts come together and we speak. So personality of Swamiji has to be understood. A lot of things are there to read. Again, I'm telling, as all of us are busy in this our day-to-day life, we must find a particular time, not more, 15 minutes on a fixed time. We Swamis still read. Monday to Friday, we sit together and every day from 9:30 to 9:40 or maybe 45, just 10 to 15 minutes we read. One by one book we read. And how many books we have completed by reading 15 minutes a day? And if possible, 2 people should read or 3 people should read. One person reads, other also keep a copy because everybody's mindset is different. So this reading is very much necessary. As I was telling, now we are reading the reminiscences of Swami Vivekananda. Such facts are coming out which I have not even read. So the new edition has come, which is many more reminiscences that are included from the Prabuddha Bharata, Vedanta Kesari and all that. So this was few things which I wanted to say.